Hey, welcome back to the another lecture in Agentforce. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the reasoning engine. If you followed the Dreamforce 25, there we discussed about the interesting problem in the industry of AI pilots. 95% of them actually get failed before they deploy to production. The main reason is obviously the cost and the hallucination. The intention of these AI bots is to replace human or to help human in be more productive. But when it's come to solve a complex problem or do some brainstorming, those agents were failed. They simply get hallucinated and deviated from the main topic. So what is advanced in Agentforce? Why it is actually the killer in the industry? Let's see that. This is because of the three main pillars of Agentforce. The first pillar of Agentforce is its data. None of the AI can function without data, right? This is the really advantage in Agentforce because it can access your CRM data. It can also easily be integrated with Data Cloud or formerly known as Data 360. When it comes to data, it also about the security. So Agentforce has a full dedicated layer where we can control what your agent can access and what are the limitations or which are the boundaries which we do not want our agent to access. So that level of configuration also we can do. But data is not just the only thing to make Agentforce successful. The other important thing is its reasoning. Like you had the data connection, but what if you get hallucinated like the other bots? To solve this problem, here the Atlas reasoning engine comes into the picture, which is kind of a OS or operating system of your Agentforce. We'll discuss that in detail in the next slide. Agentforce is not just the LLM model. That means it can assist user at the same time it can perform some actions as well. So that is the third pillar to take the action based on the reasoning, right? So let's deep dive and decode how this reasoning engines function. Just like human, Agentforce divide the problems into multiple steps. The first step is the conversation. Here, the agent actually try to identify what users want, what is the intention or the intent of the user. Once the intent is identified, it moves to the next step, which is the planning phase. Here, in the planning phase, agents actually identified which topic it actually needs to access. Once it identified the right topic, it actually start executing the actions embedded into the topic. So it picked the exact flow or apex classes or any prompt that it needs to perform. Under the execution phase only it done the action. Once the action is complete, it convert that output into LLM and represent that to the user. So this is how your Agentforce works. In the back end, Agentforce runs on reinforcement machine learning technique. This technique actually allows Agentforce to crisp its algorithm based on the user's feedback. So the more your users are going to use these Agentforce model, the more it actually crisp itself. So this is the good thing, right? Now let's move to the next one. In this slide, I have explained you in detail like how it actually works. So first of all, it gets the user query, then it passes through the trust layer, and I will come to this trust layer into the next video. After that, it actually goes to the planner. The responsibility of the planner is to pick the exact correct topic. Once the topic is selected, it moves to the context refinement to understand where the data exists. Is it inside Salesforce or is it from the data cloud? So this layer allows your Agentforce to access structured and unstructured data at the same time, right? And then finally it returns the response in form of LLM and send back to the quality evaluation. Once the quality is evaluated, it will be sent back to the user, or if it is not satisfied, it will again move to the planner, and this process repeats until the quality is assured. At this quality layer itself, if it is a sensitive information, your Atlas engine can route the request to a human agent. Okay, so this is how our Agentforce function. So now let's jump back to our Salesforce and see this in detail. So I am in my Salesforce. I can go to Agentforce. Here we have a help desk agent which we have built. And if I open that in a builder and I give it a prompt that can you please check? And now if you notice, we have sent a prompt, and if you look here, it actually read the prompt and it selected the topic. How it selected the topic, the details are mentioned here, like what instruction it follows to select this topic. And based on the topic, once it identifies the topic, it actually start running the actions. And here the reasoning comes into the picture. If you have append that, you will see the timing. If I scroll up, you will see the time. You will select what topic it selected and what is the description mentioned into the topic. You will also see the instructions given for agents to perform or select this topic. And at last, it's talk about the rules. Okay, so this is how your reasoning engines pick the correct topic, follow the instructions, rules, and finally it present the output. Okay, so this is how your agent force works. That is it in this video. In the next video, we are going to talk about in detail how our trust layers works. So stay tuned. Thank you.